forward, and we are now recording.
Okay, I'm going over here for a minute, but I'm watching.
So welcome, you guys, to our first Soul Sister live webinar. This is very cool. Sandy's asking if Lois, if you have wine going on in your cup.
Apple juice.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice. So welcome. This is so exciting. I mean, I have to be really honest. There's a part of me that is feeling super nervous about doing a webinar. It's funny, you can get up and talk in front of hundreds of people, and yet being in front of a camera for some reason brings on more nerves than standing. Oh, Margot's got some wine going, which is awesome. So this is, Mena and I decided that we really wanted to add some extra value to Soul Sisters. We know that everybody, all the women who come to Soul Sisters really have there's so many things. There's so many buckets going on. Everybody's wearing different hats. And we've got full lives. And we thought by having a webinar, it would give women a chance to get some tips, ask some questions, and just connect with Soul Sisters in just a really different way. And so I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be fun. I sort of was writing down my name and think, how do I identify myself? Because that was the question Mena asked during our leader training. I'm a soul sister. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. I'm a friend. I'm a coach. I'm all of those things. And I just hope that this space, these webinars, are a chance for us to learn more maybe about each other on some nights, but just learn more and have learn more about this journey we're on in terms of physical activity and moving our bodies, and be able to just, I think, really support each other as we go through this journey. So welcome. Yay!
Hey, hi.
Welcome, Tracy. Welcome, everybody.
And I won't, as we go on, people will be joining. I'm not going to say hi to each person as you join, but just know welcome as you come on board. And if you're watching this on the recording, then we hope that you'll be able to actually join us live during one of the weeks over the next few months. So I just want to introduce Mena. Of course, everybody does know Mena, our mother sister and founder and creator of Soul Sisters. And Mena, do you want to just say a few sort of words before we get started and jump into things?
Yeah, I'm going to start with, where do you look? When you're talking to you, I want to look in your eyes, but then I don't think I'm looking at your eyes.
I've got all 9 people on my screen at once.
Awesome.
Deb, Janice, and Sandy are just little things.
Just little.
They're name tags, right?
Name tags.
Perfect. There we are. Anyways, yes, I can't really elaborate too much further on what Tracy has just said, but this is a wonderful avenue and vehicle for us to share more information. And perhaps we're sharing it with people that can't come to the clinic. And in those regards, I mean some of our guest speakers, so they can come and join us as an interview online through the webinar. And hopefully that provides yet another platform where you can ask some of these professionals in our community some questions. So that's the whole idea. It's also a great way to have that community around you. I've had lots of women in the past say they miss Soul Sisters when Soul Sisters isn't on. So good news with the recording, you can watch us every day. Can you imagine that? So please feel free to give us input, feedback. Maybe you want to pose the question, and we'll do our best to answer it. If we don't know the answer at the time, we'll do the research to find the best answer for you. And welcome aboard. I have to say, what are we, 9 strong? We're 9 brave souls right now, putting ourselves in front of the camera. Thank you.
Yeah, no, this is great. Thanks, Mena. So tonight's, our theme for tonight, I thought it's the end of January. It's the beginning of a new year. We're going to go into week 3 next Tuesday of Soul Sisters. So what better time to start talking about goals and what does that look like? And I think that I'm pretty passionate as part of my coaching practice, always helping people move forward, helping them get to where they want to go to. And so for me, it is always, when we establish our goals, when we write them down, when we talk about them, when we share them in our groups like this, it helps us to get to where we want to go. So the first thing that I feel that we have to kind of talk about before we can actually talk about goals, and I'm going to kind of reframe and talk about goals in a bit of a different context, but is understanding our why. And we're just for tonight and for the purpose of our webinar tonight, I'm going to refer to our why as, why are you a part of Soul Sisters? Why are you really here? Why have you joined this amazing group, this group of women? What is it about it that attracted you to come? And I know there's lots of reasons. Everybody has a really different reason. And one of the things that I want to try to get you thinking about a bit more tonight is going a little bit deeper than the first thing that might come to mind. So I often hear in the groups that I'm leading, like, yeah, I'm coming to get more fit. My goal this year is to be more active. I'm coming to socialize with friends. I'm coming to lose weight. I'm coming because my sister told me I had to, and if I didn't come, then she would like drop me as the sister. So I know there's lots of reasons. What we want to try and do is kind of peel away the onion a little bit. So why is it important for you to be physically active? Why is it important for you to lose weight? If any of those were if you were thinking of that. I'm just going to try and get you guys going on this a little bit. And when we start to peel away the onion and we start to really understand why, it starts to act as our compass. It starts to act as our motivator when it gets uncomfortable, when things get challenging, when life explodes and you can come up with every single excuse as to why you don't want to get out for a walk or a run, and why you don't want to come to Soul Sisters on a Tuesday night. So, but when we have that why, when it's really, really clear, then it helps us. We can go, okay, why am I part of Soul Sisters? My why, and I knew it was always there, but it became really clear when Maina and I did our little mini retreat and we did some visioning stuff. And when she came up with the vision it's that we believe we can inspire women to believe that they can. And really, that's my why for being a part of Soul Sisters. Do I love the social aspect? Absolutely. Do I love connecting with amazing women? 100%. I love it that it gets me out and it's keeping me active, keeping me connected to a really amazing community. But really, I totally want to inspire women to believe that they can. So on those tough days where I'm trying to really dig deep in terms of why I should get going and go for a walk or go for a run, that really and truly is my why. And that's what keeps me going. So I just want to open it up for a minute and see and kind of get an idea from anybody. Like, what is your why? When you start to peel away those layers, why are you really a part of Soul Sisters? And for those of you who are watching the recording, write it down. So if your why, if you've just gone, yeah, I go to Soul Sisters to meet new people. Well, why is meeting new people really important to you? So I'll open it up to anybody who wants to kind of explore that a little bit with us right now while we're on here. Anybody?
Oh, I wasn't going to go first. I'll wait.
I'm willing to go first, I guess. If
Good job, Trudy.
yeah.
Oh, can we give away prizes?
No,
Give away prizes.
swag store is closed.
Yes, Trudy just won a prize. Trudy,
Yay!
you're
Yay!
going to get a water bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, sounds good.
Did
Well,
she win the one you were just drinking out of?
When I'm done.
gee, thanks, Maina. And you have a cold too, I hear. So
That's Sandy.
So anyway, I joined Soul Sisters last year, And can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. For a very kind of diverse set of reasons, one of them was a little bit of loneliness. I live by myself and have done so for many, many years, but my career is one where I'm surrounded by people all day long in a really stressful environment. And I wanted to do something for myself where I was with other women, that was a health-oriented kind of activity, and where I would kind of fill my soul up a little bit, I guess. So, you know, there comes the soul part of Soul Sister. I've been suffering with fibromyalgia for years and years and years, so have been fairly sedentary, probably for the past 10, 15 years, lots of medications, doctor's visits, et cetera, et cetera. And I gave all of that up a few years ago. I did a stint with a naturopath and got into really healthy eating. But the thing that was missing was the activity, exercise part of things. And and to top that off, my father had Parkinson's disease for like 20 some odd years, and watching him deteriorate physically over the years really kind of made me realize that as I'm getting older, I really needed to step it up a little bit. So anyway, that's kind of where I am in terms of why I'm there. And with you guys, I really feel like it's the community. I feel like I belong somewhere. And I look forward to my Tuesday nights and also my homework nights when I do get out with other people. And I'm enjoying every single second of it. And I really, really appreciate all the support and the sisterhood.
Aw, that's great. Thanks, Trudy.
So wonderful.
That's awesome. And so would you say that your why then for Soul Sisters and being a part of it is to be connected? Like your why is about being connected to a group of people that are helping you have a healthy lifestyle, and by having a healthy lifestyle allows you to live the life that you want to live?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, very much so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel better than I have in so many years, just in terms of happier and things to look forward to. It's my family says the same thing to me all the time. Oh, you just seem so much brighter and happier. And I said, that's how I feel. So.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that's the key about finding your why, is really being really clear about it. So on those days when you are not feeling maybe as motivated or there's lots going on, you can come back to your why and go, this is why I'm going. This is why it's so important. It's something to grasp onto. It's something to keep you going and pushing you forward. And when it's clear, so we can put down something like, I want to be more active, as that's an amazing why. Of course it is. But why is it important to be more active? And like I think you said, Trudy, you watched your dad who suffered with Parkinson's, you've had fibromyalgia, and you have experienced that being more physically active allows you to live life better. You're happier. And that's the piece that's going to help keeping you go back to any kind of physical activity, and it's going to help keep you really focused on any of the goals that you set from this point on. It's also, I think, once we get really clear on our why and we know what that why is, it's actually so much easier to set a goal for it. So when when you feel it and you know that, okay, this is so important to me, then it's like, this is why I'm going to set the goal of, I'm going to be physically active 3 days a week. And I'm going to celebrate being physically active. This is how I'm going to do it. So I hope that helps everybody understand, when we do kind of get a little bit deeper and understand our why, we can kind of get a little bit clearer on our goals and how we're going to get there. Does anybody else have any other comments or a share that you want to chat about in terms of your why?
Well, yeah, I was thinking about that, and when you say peeling back, it helps me to articulate that a little bit better. Really, I would say it's probably about balance.
Mm.
I work with a largely elderly population, and I have worked most of my working life in leadership roles. So the balance for me at Solstice is it's largely a younger population, certainly younger than I work with, mostly younger than me. And it's also a situation where I'm not the leader. I'm part of the group, and other people are leading me. So that's the balance for that. So and the other balance is that it's I'm not setting the agenda. Somebody else is setting the agenda. There's a book. It's telling me exactly what I have to do. I don't have to think of what I have to do. And so all of that is just helpful for me in terms of having a better balance. And then that's just good for my I don't know, I feel like that's good for my overall health. But it's also about pushing myself to be I would not want to set a goal that I couldn't achieve. But if somebody else is setting the goal, then I am pushed to achieve something that I would probably not assume that I could do. So when somebody challenged me to run a half marathon, then I had to run one, but I would never set that as a goal for myself because there was the option or the possibility of failing at that goal. Right?
Yeah.
I think Maina needs to tell her kids they can't use the internet while she's doing this. Because I get the feeling that's why she keeps getting bumped off the internet.
I think, yeah. Did you hear that, Maina? Laura says that you've got to tell your kids to be off the internet.
I think you keep getting bumped out because you don't have enough bandwidth.
I thought Tracy just kept hitting mute.
I don't think that's it.
No. So yeah, so it is. So when we have that, so it helps us to become clear. And so once we are clear on our why, then we can go and we can create, I like to call them celebration statements, which is really just reframing what a goal is. And for me, a celebration statement is so let's say in 19 weeks, I am celebrating what? What am I celebrating in 19 weeks? And I tried to scan it, but of course, the first night of a webinar, my printer decides not to work or anything. So I did do this little piece of paper where it says, I am celebrating successful webinar series. I am celebrating running 3 times a week. I've got my why. I have my why kind of right in the middle of the heart. And the last one says, I am celebrating that I have participated in one event that takes me out of my comfort zone. So when I write it in that celebration statement form, it's like it's already happening to me. It feels like it is already happening. Rather than saying, my goal is to try an event that takes me out of my comfort zone, it sort of feels a little bit far off. It feels a little bit like, for me personally, it feels like, okay, I know I'm going to have to get there. But when I actually use the words, I am celebrating doing an event that takes me out of my comfort zone, it's more impactful. I can feel it. I can actually really, really visualize that goal now. So the exercise that before you even start doing any writing down of anything is just try to really vision yourself at the end of 19 weeks. And what do you see? Who are the people around you? What are you doing? What have you achieved? And how do you feel? How do you feel? So this is 19 weeks of an amazing Soul Sister journey. And how do you feel? And just taking yourself and visioning what that's all going to look like. And then you can just come back and write down what those celebration statements are going to be. And then at the end of 19 weeks, you can look back and you can celebrate. And I'm all about celebrating each week. You know, as you go along and you've now got your celebration statements that are written out, put them in your bathroom, put them in your car, put them on your bulletin board, on your fridge, wherever, so that you see them every day. They start to become a part of your day-to-day, what you see, so that it becomes a part of your mindset. It becomes a part of just your language for the day. And each week, I challenge you to look at those and go, what am I celebrating this week that is getting me to that goal? What is it that I have done that's going to get me there? And give yourself a little like, yahoo, I did it. Maybe this week my goal is that I'm going to really get out for 2 runs, because my goal by the end of 19 weeks is to get to 3. So maybe this week it's just about getting 2 in. And I'm going to celebrate that. I'm going to put smiley faces in my agenda. I'm going to make sure that I recognize that for myself. It doesn't mean we have to recognize these things publicly, but we can actually do little mini celebrations. So does anybody have any, I know this is very quick. This goes by super quick. I can't believe we're at 7:25 already. Does anybody on the live webinar have any questions about your why, your celebration statements, and the impact that those could have for you during your Soul Sister journey? No?
I was just going to make a comment, Tracy.
Yes.
Are you going to mute me? I don't.
No.
It's interesting, I find, when we think back to some of the great philosophers in time, that Maslow's one of his hierarchy of needs, with the idea if we could achieve all those needs, we would reach our own individual potential of greatness and wholeness. But the top of the list is the need to feel a sense of belonging. And Trudy, you nailed it. Like, having a sense of belonging and feel like you belong to a community just fuels our wellness and our being of reaching greater human potential. So I congratulate you on feeling that. I know for me, being at Soul Sisters really fuels that sense of belonging and being a part of community. So we can look right back historically, philosophers mentioned it. We are still doing that. And I think the challenge is these days, people just look at the surface. Why do I want to be here? Oh, I want to lose weight. That's it. Right? But there's so much more deeper beyond that. Or I want to get fit. There's so much more beyond that. And what does that look like? So that's a great challenge, Tracy. And I think it's neat for all of us to take that time to look beyond the surface. And yeah, so Trudy, you like right up there with Maslow. Does everybody see the note from Janice there?
Yeah.
I just figured that out, that side of it.
That's wonderful. That's great, Janice. Congratulations.
Oh, that's great.
And of course, I'm waiting to hear her voice back, but she's one of the typing ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there, I can unmute Janice. I thought she was unmuted, but I think she keeps getting muted back again.
Oh,
do you want me to say something?
I don't know. You don't have to say
something,
anything.
but you can't hear me. I have no camera.
That's okay. We can hear you.
You can hear me. You can probably also hear the piano playing in the background. That's why I muted.
Okay, I'll mute you back then. So before we wrap up for tonight, I think part of our webinars and encourage others that are watching this on the recording, that I also want to give some space for any questions that you may have about being a part of Soul Sisters and what whether it's about the workout, whether it's about how your body's feeling, maybe, it's about a question about what to wear. And we'll be bringing guest speakers on, but if anybody has any questions now that they'd like us to try to answer, I'll open it up for any questions.
That's easy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap up with sharing a video, and I'm really hoping that this it actually shows. I think I will be able to do it, and I'll wrap up with this video. We'll see you on Friday or Tuesday, and looking forward to sharing this Soul Sister journey with everybody. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and look forward to seeing everybody again next week. So hold on for the video, though. Hold on, it's a goodie. Hold on.
Thanks,
Great
Tracy.
job, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, everybody.
See you guys next week.
Thanks.
Can you see it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Can you see it? No?
Not yet.
Oh, it's
No.
starting.
Oh, here we go.
Here we are. But I don't have any sound.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh. Okay, well, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah, it'll come. Mhm.
Sorry. Not occasional hazard. I used to love it. I mean, I joined some one to see the world. I'm surprised to see numbers of Milwaukee, Rockford, Chicago a couple times. Really, but I was great. These those. Yeah.
The heck are you watching?
Really think that wish I could. There's this thing with it's just it's over. I think so I can either prove it wrong or have some videos.
If you have the chance to go home and see your family, you should do it. You can't only think of this. Tomorrow, it's my family, first time in years.
Whoops. Okay, I think I'm coming back to you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It's been awesome. Have a fabulous
Tracy.
week. Being amazing. See you later.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.